Hark! Do you hear that? That, my friends, is not your alarm clock. That is the symphony of a new day dawning in the late 15th century. And our protagonist, he's not hitting snooze. Meet our man Ulrich. He is a proud Swiss pikeman. And yes, that is a giant pointy stick he's holding. More on that later. Ulrich, like all good pikemen, is up with the sun. No hot showers here, folks. His morning routine involves, well, let's just say robust hygiene, a splash of icy river water, a quick prayer, and then the most important meal of the day, which, for Ulrich, is usually a hunk of stale bread, some questionable cheese, and maybe an onion. Gourmet, it is not. The Swiss weren't just famous for their pikes. They were famous for their discipline. These weren't your average peasant levies. These were professional soldiers, often fighting as mercenaries, and their reputation was built on rigorous training and unshakable formation. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, the pike. Ulrich's life revolves around this magnificent, terrifying weapon. It's not just a stick. It's a 15 to 20-foot long instrument of war, designed to keep cavalry at bay and create an impenetrable wall of pointy death. Time for drills. This is where the Swiss truly shone. Their ability to form massive, disciplined, pike squares, bristling with thousands of these deadly spears, made them virtually unstoppable on the battlefield. They'd practice maneuvers for hours, advancing, retreating, wheeling, forming hedgehog-like defenses. Each man was a cog in a deadly machine. It was monotonous, back-breaking work, but it was what kept them alive and wealthy. Remember, these guys were often paid good money for their services. After a rigorous morning, it's time for a well-deserved, if still humble, lunch. But camp life wasn't all about fighting and training. It was a community. You spend more time with these men than with your own family. They are your brothers. You trust them with your life. You have to, indeed. Morale was crucial. Gambling, storytelling, singing, anything to break the monotony and strengthen the bonds between these hardened warriors. They might grumble, but when the time came, they fought as one. Beyond the pike, a Swiss soldier carried an array of gear. Let's talk protection and secondary weapons. Not every man was a pure pikeman. Some carried the fearsome halberd. This, my friend, is for when the fight gets personal. When they break through the pikes. It's a peasant's tool, yes, but a very effective one. Axe for chopping, spike for thrusting, hook for dragging a knight off his horse. Very satisfying. The Swiss system was a combined arms approach, even within their infantry. Pikemen held the line, halberdiers provided the punch in close quarters, and skirmishers with crossbows or early firearms softened up the enemy. A well-oiled machine of medieval destruction. As the sun begins to set, the camp winds down. But a soldier's work is never truly done. Gear needs maintenance. Boots need mending. Pikes need cleaning. A dull blade is a dead man. This quiet time was important. A chance to reflect, to mend not just their gear, but perhaps their spirits. Tomorrow could bring battle, a long march, or more drills. The life of a pikeman was unpredictable, save for the constant demand for readiness. And as Ulrich finally lays down to rest, his pike leaning against his tent, he embodies a legacy of courage, discipline, and a profound impact on the art of war. The Swiss pikeman wasn't just a soldier. He was an institution. And now you know a little bit more about what made him tick. And poke, primarily poke. Thanks for joining us on this historical adventure. Until next time, stay sharp, or at least stay unpoked.